Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, we always hustling.
Always.
So, yeah.
It don't stop. It don't stop.
It
You know what I mean?
doesn't.
Like I went to sleep late, woke up early, still finishing up some.
You always gotta wake up
paperwork
early.
and getting
Yeah.
things going.
The worst, dog.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. You know, the
Yay!
Formula Podcast.
I'm
We are
so
here.
happy to be here.
Yes.
So,
Finally here. So the Formula Podcast, if you don't know, I'm gonna have Gary explain it a little bit better for you.
Formula Podcast. We here to demystify entrepreneurship.
okay, awesome.
And,
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
I like that word, demystify.
Because like when people start their businesses, they have no idea what's going on. You're good at being a chiropractor. I'm good at being an attorney. He's good at being in the marketing space. People are good at fixing cars, doing whatever. We're good at that. But when it comes to business, we don't know. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So we have to learn and grow in that space. And this is just a platform to do it. Everybody shares their experiences, share their formula.
I got
to
it.
their
Okay,
success.
1 + 1 = 2.
You know
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying?
Yes.
So, but everybody's formula is different.
Yes.
And that's the exciting part because we all trying to get to the same goal, but we achieve it differently. And we just want to share our stories and give the audience something to connect to, learn from, grow from, and of course to highlight our guests, their businesses, you know, and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
So,
one hand wash the other. We making sure we promote you as well. You know, my
100%.
favorite. I always say my favorite Cairo. You know,
He does.
my
actually,
Yeah, I'm your Cairo too, and your Cairo.
yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is, she's my first client too as well. You know what I mean?
word.
So
Yeah.
her like we had Kwaku on the podcast last week, and that's the 1-2 punch. Kwaku and Latoya is actually our first 2 clients, and they've been even till last week. You know what I mean? Last month we're still working together.
beautiful.
That's what 3 years now. So
Yeah,
we-
well, I
we've
feel
been
like I'm a
vibing.
loyal person, and then when you find good people who do quality work, you have to stick beside them. So
That's
no
it.
other way.
Yeah. So with that being said, can you introduce yourself and as well kind of just tell us a little bit about your entrepreneur journey up to this date?
Okay, so so my name is Dr. Latoya Evans. My practice is Island Breeze Chiropractic. So basically, I've had my practice for about 5 years now. We just celebrated our 5 years in April. So yes,
Hey, let's
thank
go.
you.
Ain't no
It's a
game.
blessing to
Ain't
get
no
there.
game. Yeah.
I have been a chiropractor for over 10 years. I worked with a few different people, and for me, I worked first with a chiropractor who was a physical therapist and a chiropractor for about 2 or 3 years. I saw what he was doing. I thought to myself, you know, I could do certain things better. I would treat my employees a certain way. You know, I wanted to have my own twist on everything. I worked for another 2 years with someone else, got the experience at that practice, got to see what they were doing. And, you know, after that, I felt like this is kind of boring. I was like, it's so easy for me. I go in, I see my patients. I need another challenge. And that was kind of the dream that was in my heart. You know, I prayed about it. And I was like, I really, you know, think that how my biggest goal is that I'm going to open up my own practice. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm just going to like go for it. So I was praying about it, started searching online. And the craziest part is the doctor that I bought the practice from, he actually called me. So it's really about, you know, when they talk about the law of attraction and really believing in yourself and putting those thoughts out.
100%.
I didn't even have to call him. He called me and told me he was selling his practice and would I be interested in purchasing it. And for me, that was a no-brainer because I had already prayed for it. For me, every step of the journey to becoming a chiropractor has been me having faith and believing that how things are going to happen. You know, even to how I became a chiropractor. So I was in college. I was at the University of Florida. I was in this organization called MAPS, which is Minority Association of Pre-Health Students. When I was there at MAPS, they would have different speakers come. So they would have nurses, they would have dentists, different types of medical field types of doctors and so forth. I was taking organic. I remember I was taking organic chemistry, and if you know anything about organic, is that weed out class. And I know my parents. They were like, we want you. They're Caribbean. I'm Guyanese and Jamaican, so they were pushing me the whole time. They were like, you have to become some sort of doctor. And I knew I wanted to help people, but I was like, I don't know exactly what I want to do. But I remember I prayed that night. I said, God, please just guide my direction in life and just kind of show me some sort of sign of what it is that I'm going to do. And the next day I went to that MAPS meeting. They had a speaker, and it was a Black chiropractor. And everything he said just resonated with me. He was just saying that how you go to your job and you feel fulfilled. You get to help people every single day. And he's like, I enjoy what I do. And I was like, that's the type of job I want to go to every single day, where I'm healing, where I'm having people say, you know what, I feel so much relief. Thank you. You're changing my life. And at the end of the day, I'm having fun. Mm-hmm. And so, so I pursued from the time I was 19. And then, like I said, went to chiropractic school soon after I graduated from the University of Florida. I went to Palmer Chiropractic, and then, worked for someone for several years. And then now I have Island Breeze Chiropractic. Yeah. So that's my journey.
Okay. That's what's up. You definitely had a journey, you know? Yeah. And it sounds like you are, you're one that like challenges,
I do, yeah.
And I could tell that you like challenges because you started playing golf recently, and that's one of the challenging sports to ever do.
First it started off because I was like, the golf outfits are kind of cute. But, I was like, I want to do something that maybe not a lot of Black women, not a lot of Black people are doing. And I've always heard that, when you play golf, it is something that takes discipline, and it is a skill that you acquire. And that's the same with how even becoming a chiropractor is a skill that you acquire. So I do love challenges, and that's why I started playing golf recently. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Speaking of challenges,
yes,
so we already know on our entrepreneurship journey, it's challenge after challenge after challenge. We just get stronger and stronger, and we're God's strongest soldier. You know what I'm saying? Just going through everything. Yeah. So what would you say are some, I want to say one challenge as far as having a business and growing? What is one challenge that you've seen come up repetitively, or is it a challenge?
So I would say that one challenge that I've seen is always just making sure that you're relevant. Just making sure that you're keeping up with everything that's going on, because there's always hundreds of competitors everywhere. But making sure that how you're knowing what is the latest thing and so forth. One thing for me is that with social media, I got into TikTok. And that was during the time, one of the biggest challenges was that we had COVID. And COVID was my second year of business. I was, I'm not going to lie that I was a little bit scared. I was a little bit nervous about, I just started this business. Now COVID's happening. We don't exactly, and remember in the beginning, we didn't know exactly what was going to happen. Yeah. But I knew that how I was going to get through it. I was like, this is going to be a challenge because people are scared. People may not come to a chiropractor. That might not be their priority to do so. But I remember that how we kept on just posting on social media, just kind of pushing how we were cleaning the office, how, we were using a lot of different safety methods, how, really when you get adjusted, how that's really going to help strengthen your immune system. So that was something that I was pushing. Started doing TikToks. At that time, TikToks were very popular. They still are. It was something that I had never used, but, I ended up becoming viral on TikTok and started getting followers, and I was getting business in that sense. So for me, just kind of the way that I was overcoming challenges is just never giving up and just pushing forward, knowing that I'm going to just do whatever I need to do to make sure that I can get through it. So, yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Always beautiful to hear an obstacle, but you pivot. And
yeah.
you find a way to make it work, especially with an obstacle like COVID.
Oh yeah.
You know, finding a way to make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, COVID was definitely one of those moments that it either made you or broke you, you know. And like how you were saying before with having that open, like when you was talking about your journey, one thing I noticed was you like challenges. The other thing is that you're very open-minded. Yes. Right, and that goes into like how you was able to pivot with COVID. Like, you wasn't like, oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera. Oh, I don't want to make a TikTok video or dances. No. You was totally comfortable with making these dances. You know, being yourself.
Exactly.
You know, getting out there. Even in 2020, I believe that's when we started working together.
Yeah.
Even with that, you know what I mean, being open-minded to like working with a content team and just having someone in there making videos for you, and as well on top of that, still making your own videos on their own. So it's like that open-mindedness and that grind, that spirit to just like push through. Those are two of the things that I noticed.
I think it's so important to have that type of spirit. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you yourself need to have no doubt of yourself. Everyone else can look at you and they can say that I don't think that she's going to succeed. I don't think that they're going to go far and this and that. But you have to have that self-belief. That has to be in the back of your subconscious mind. You have to know that how you can do anything, that anything is possible. So I feel like that's one of the most powerful things for me, is that I know I'm going to do well. I know I'm going to succeed. I have that within me. Yeah. So
100%, and we see it.
Thank you.
We see it.
Yeah, I wanted to. Did you want to touch on anything before I jump in?
No.
Okay, so I was gonna talk a little bit about collaboration and like hiring, firing process. Like when it comes to like looking for whether it's working with us or whether it's hiring a new employee. Like, what are some of the key traits or certain things that you look for when it comes to like choosing to bring in a new employee, choosing to bring in a new doctor, you know what I mean, or anything like that? What are some of the things that you're looking for when it's coming to like bringing a new doctor or a marketing team to work with you?
So one of the things that I look for when I'm trying to, especially with hiring someone onto building up my brand, is I'm looking for someone who's driven. I'm looking for someone who has that energy, that positivity. They're motivated. They may not be, well versed in the field, because I've hired many employees that, they didn't know a single thing about chiropractors, but they were like, I'm willing to learn. I want to know as much as I possibly can. And I'm looking for someone who has that same type of energy like me, who's friendly, who loves people, who is genuine, and you can definitely feel people's energies. So I think that's one of the biggest things, is I feel out people and feel their energy and so forth. So, and that was kind of how I felt about you guys with, I was like, I love how they are. I love how they make me feel whenever we're taking photos or we're shooting videos. You guys just always make me feel extra confident. It's easy. It never feels like it's any sort of work. So, and you want people who you work with, you want it to just feel natural. So I think those are the things I look for.
Yeah, it's definitely important, balancing personalities as well as the skill set.
Yeah.
Has there been any challenges in balancing those personalities to create a system where you can thrive in and everybody else can thrive in as well?
I mean, of course. I would be like lying if I said that, you know. Sometimes, there's people who fake it, and, you just eventually, I think like what is so important is that whoever it is that you're working with is truly their authentic self. But you can't hide that for long. It comes to the surface. So, I feel like I'm a very good discerner. So I'm able to kind of see that, okay, this is not really who they are. I think that's important. So, yeah.
Definitely real. And the last time we spoke, you had some plans on expanding the business?
Yes, that's still one of my goals. I really want to eventually open up another Island Breeze Chiropractic because, like I said, I love what I do. My patients, they tell me all the time, they're like, oh, my sister lives in Kendall. Can you open up a branch down there? Or my cousin lives up north. Are you going to open up another Island Breeze Chiropractic? So what I'm working on is just to make our office just a little bit more stronger. And soon you guys we'll be seeing an Island Breeze #2 soon.
Oh, let's get it.
It's in the works.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yes.
Definitely excited for that.
Thank you.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, so I see you out here building a community. Got Island Breeze going to Island Breeze community coming soon.
Yes.
Events, podcasts, all that good stuff.
Yes, definitely, all the time.
Not just the anniversary, but we're gonna be having events throughout the year. Stay tuned.
Yes. If you guys missed the anniversary, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. And I love doing that. One thing I just wanted to mention is that when I first started off, I remember we maybe had like 3 or 4 patients. And, I was like, how can I even get more patients, or what can I really do to bring in more people? Everywhere I went, I gave someone my card. I would stop and talk to them. I remember I was at the dollar store, just picking up some things for the office, just a few little supplies. And this guy, he was kind of walking bent over. And I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to go up to him and just hand him my card. I gave him my card. He showed up the next day, and he's been my patient for the past 5 years.
Wow.
So I think it's kind of having that boldness, just knowing that how no matter what. I remember I went to a Chinese restaurant. I was leaving cards there. I had someone say, oh, I went to this Chinese restaurant, and that's how I found your business. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Like, if you really want to do well and you want to be successful, you cannot be afraid of, the no or anything. I don't even think I'm going to get a no. I'm just going for it no matter what, because I'm like, they should want to come see me. I'm going to help them. So just knowing that, so.
I think that confidence helps a lot, especially when it comes to like passing out those cards, going out there again, those no's, like understanding that number one, I could actually help this person, and I'm 100% confident in the transformation I could give to these people. So I'm not selling them, I'm helping them.
Exactly.
So, and then that's one thing to know that, and then being able to go out there and pass out those cards, make those connections. Be willing to put yourself out there, because we got social media, we got the internet, we could
but connecting with people
DMs.
one-on-one
is different.
Is so important. I mean, I think that's been one of the biggest builders is your reputation, and connecting with people. Just being your true, authentic self, like talking about who you are, letting people see you before they even see your business. Because when they connect with you, then they're going to want to know more about you. So,
100%. Something that you said a little earlier, as far as having your eyes trained on opportunity. You walking through a store and see somebody limping, you know that you can help them.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, it's a different mindset when you're an entrepreneur. You have your business, you know what problems you can solve, so you know how to find them, and then offer that solution. That's the
I see people on the beach too. Like I'll be going to the beach, and then I'm like, I have a card, and that's one thing. I have my cards everywhere, anywhere, even if I'm traveling outside of the country, because you just don't know who you're gonna meet or who you're gonna come across. So I always just think of, I'm gonna try to help this person or that person somehow.
That's good stuff.
Yes.
Perfect. So we was talking a little bit about, before we turned on the mic and everything, we was talking a little bit about hiring quality. We was looking at some wedding photographers. So that whole process is a whole process. You feel what I'm saying? But as entrepreneurs, we still got to grind, baby. You know what I mean?
Of course, always.
The grind don't stop,
Grind don't
like my brother Gary, he had I'm going to put you out there, man. My boy had a big deal coming, so stay tuned. You know what I mean? We're going to have a new studio soon.
Hey.
Trust me, it's
new
coming.
Mic. When you see gold mics, we leveled up.
Oh, get rose gold.
Rose gold mics. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's different. So that's when you're going to know that the check was cleared, okay? Yep. So getting back into it, we want to talk a little bit more about you as a chiropractor, some of your experiences and things like that, things of that nature. So just to kind of start it off, like, as someone that's looking to get chiropractic treatment,
Right.
what would like differentiate you from like going to Island Breeze or like just going to Joe Smoke down the street or something like that, or whatever the case may be, another chiropractor or whatever?
So, one thing is that I'm originally from the islands, so I'm Guyanese and Jamaican, so definitely a full Caribbean girl. And also just, one of the biggest things is being a woman in this field. So when I've ever looked up a chiropractor or I've heard of chiropractors and even being in school, my class was probably like 75% men. There's just about 25% of us that are women. It's just not something that you see commonly. It doesn't seem like it's a field that women can get into. But really, being a chiropractor is you have to know your skill. You have to be very skilled. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to believe in it. So sometimes even in school, they would tell us that how, C is for chiropractic, because it's not necessarily meaning that how the person that is the smartest, that is making the A in all the tests, is necessarily the person that is going to excel. It's, do you have the people skills? Do you know what you're doing? Do you believe in what you're doing? So that's one of the things that I feel really makes me distinct, is that I continue to take continuing education classes. I take extra classes all the time because I love what I do. I've specialized with the Webster technique for pregnant women. So I see a lot of pregnant women and children. I took sports classes so that I would learn how to see athletes too as well. So, and for me, my office, the type of feeling that I wanted was I wanted patients to feel like they're part of my family. I wanted them to walk into the office and be like, okay, you know what? I came to this office. I'm going to get some ginger tea. I'm going to get some mint tea. There's some snacks, that's how, if you come to my house, I'm going to make you feel at home. I want you to feel comfortable. So I treat my office the same way. I want you to just walk in there and everyone's going to greet you with a smile. They're going to ask you how you're doing and check on you. We know about our patients' families, so we go through everything with them too. We really try to connect. So I think that that's what makes me very distinct from other offices. And also we offer so much. It's an array of therapies. I have a massage therapist that's wonderful. So we do massages there, even CBD oil massages. I do cupping personally. We have a laser machine, and the laser machine goes all the way down to the cell where it's, helping the mitochondria rejuvenate the cell. So then it's helping to heal the tissue. So I've helped people who even have like trigger finger issues, so that they're feeling better. People who have arthritis. For me, I like to have a variety of different treatments. We have a water bed, a traction bed. So we have so much to offer at the office, and each patient is unique. I have a unique treatment plan. I'm not going to treat you the same as I treat you. I'm going to ask you about your goals, what you're trying to do, like why are you coming to me, and so I think that's important for me to understand. I had, for instance, a grandma the other day. She was telling me that how she's starting to notice that she's not able to pick up like her grandkids. She was telling me that how she's having, some issues with her lower back. So right now, our goal is so that she's able to pick up her 2-year-old grandson. So I want to decrease the pain to that point to where she's able to function better. So things like that make me different. So.
And I feel that. I mean, first time going into your office, I had the ginger tea. And my first thing was like, damn, this tea's good.
It's really good, yeah.
But then, just us talking, and we just happened to know the same circle of people.
Right. Yeah.
And then it came down to it. You had me pow, pow, have my everything right. Because, of course, I'm at the desk all the time. My shoulders droop, especially during the pandemic as well, and posture and all that good stuff. But you got me right. I walked out there, feel like I'm 6'5". You know what I'm saying?
I'll help you grow.
And but I do feel that. I do feel your imprint. I guess I couldn't put my finger on it until you explained it now, but I do feel your imprint and what you're saying when I walk into your office, to the point where my sister was pregnant, as you know, and she was experiencing some back pains, and the doctor told her all this crazy stuff about her back, how it could affect her pregnancy. And my sister, she the type to she gonna worry a little bit. I mean, I can only imagine you carrying a life and everything. And she was worried about it. I was a bit like, it's my sister, make sure she's good.
She's your baby sister too, right?
My older sister.
Oh, she's your older sister. Okay.
Yeah, but we're close in age, so we basically, that's my baby sister, but she older than me, and I'm her little brother. But same thing.
You take care of her.
Yeah, but with that being said, though, when she was saying, I'm like, you gotta go to Dr. Evans. Gotta go to Dr. Evans.
Yes.
She goes to you, and she's like, I feel so much better. You gave her some rock tape.
Oh yeah, we did rock taping. That's really good to support the belly. So, and that's the thing. Like, I've realized that sometimes in the field, actually, the male chiropractors, they're afraid to adjust pregnant women, and they're also afraid to adjust babies. And those are two things that I have no issue. The babies, especially with them getting adjusted, it's not the same force that I'm using on, and there's no audible. That's the first thing. So when you hear that crack or pop, because that's one of the things that people always are like, oh, when I go to the chiropractor, what's that noise that I'm hearing? That's actually just the release of gas between the joints. But on a baby, I'm not using that same sort of pressure. It's as much pressure as when you're checking for a ripe fruit. That's as much pressure as I'm using, and I'm using a tool on them, or I'm using my hands gently, different techniques. So I use different techniques based on, the person. So someone who has osteoporosis, if they come to my office, they're not going to get the same treatment as someone who's 30 years old, young, healthy. I may do a drop adjustment technique on them. I may use something called an activator, which is an instrument that I commonly use. But for me, I feel like everyone needs chiropractic. Anyone who has a spine, which is all of us, you need to come and get checked, because we go and make sure that our car is checked. We make sure that how the engine is fine. And that's the same thing, our body is a temple. So make sure that your spine, the nerves are housed inside of there. We need to make sure that our spine is in the right position so that we're able to function optimally. So.
Okay. That's what's up. So you making sure the whole family is good,
Oh yeah, everyone. I tell people all the time. What happens a lot of times is that a mom will come in, and then her husband, he'll see that how she's feeling better. So then he comes in, and then she's like, "Oh, can my kids come in for chiropractic treatment?" Of course. Your kid has asthma. Well, when I adjust certain areas in your thoracic spine, that's actually going to help those nerves now send the signal properly to the brain, and now your child is going to function better because they're adjusted because of that. A girl came in the other day, and she was telling me, I have horrible period cramps. She was like, do you think chiropractic will help? I said, of course. I said, chiropractic will help that. I adjusted her lower lumbar area and her lower back. She was like, oh my gosh, doc, I'm having decreased pain with my periods. And I'm like, yeah, because you know what? Once your body is functioning optimally, you're going to feel better. So, yeah.
That's what's up. Helping, like I said, what she said. Understand me?
Yeah.
All parts of the spine, from the lumbar up to the...
Yeah.
That
the
part.
cervical to the lumbar,
the neck bone.
everything.
The cervical to the lumbar.
Yes,
That's gonna be my new
I got
little
backbone and neck
catchphrase.
bone. That's all I got in my
My neck. All right. Yeah, from the cervical to the lumbar. You understand me? That's the cervical part, right?
It's cervical, but it's
Cervical.
okay. You're
I'm
close.
gonna just
You're close.
cervical. I gotta get it right, because when I'm out there talking, I gotta listen to the cervical to your lumbar.
I do
Get your life
have
right.
a question though. Sorry to put you on the spot a little bit, but a lot of us are working from home.
Yeah.
A lot of us are slouched over on the laptop.
Right.
And then we got I know there's issues with us holding the phone a certain way and all that good stuff. What can I'm at my desk. I'm doing my thing right now. What can I do?
Okay.
What should I be doing rather?
And what you're describing is typical. I have so many patients that come in all the time, and what you're describing is something called text neck, because pretty much a lot of us, we're like this. We're on our phones, we're on our computers, and we're looking down. So the first thing that you can just simply change is that you can take that phone and bring it up to your eye level. I know it probably looks silly to you, but that's going to help your posture tremendously. Just have it up here instead of having it all the way down here. So, and just doing some stretches throughout the day. So one of the things that I tell people too is just bring your shoulders up, back, bring your palms up, and then bring them to the side and back, and you'll see how you're opening up your whole posture already. You already feel a difference. So just making some slight change, taking maybe like 15 minutes, like every hour to just like, you know, or not 15 minutes, but 15 seconds, you know, to just do a little stretch, take a little break, you know, make sure that you're stretching your neck, just do a little stretch, just put your hand on top of your head, stretch it to the side, stretch it to the other side. Because all the time we are constantly crunched and hunched over because we're stressed or we're doing our work and everything. But come see me. And I'll help you, and I'll teach you more tips. I can't give you everything, but, you know, a little bit.
I needed that. And I wanted to lead that to the next thing I want to say. Like we're crunched over, we're hunched in, and that affects our work. That affects our mood.
It does.
You know, as you're saying, a lot of our nerves are housed in the spine and everything. What
our
would
whole
you say?
Our spinal cord, which has the nerves that lead out. So that's why I said that how it's so important that the spine is adjusted, and people just don't really know that. There's not a lot of education about it. So I'm trying to make more people aware of that.
100%. So. And I could attest to that as far as going to you, getting adjustments every so often. Has helped me to work a lot better, clear my mind a lot better. I feel in alignment. My chakras are chakring and everything when I get that adjustment done. And again, that affects, of course, our business, how we see things, our relationships, how we maneuver through the world, based on our mood. Because if you crunch up like this, your attitude is.
And I'm glad you said that because you know you're suffering from depression, you're feeling down, whatever it is. Come get adjusted. You're going to see how you feel so different. Like one of my patients, you know, she has a lot going on in her life, and she says that how coming to me has changed her life, because she said that how she's never realized that she has so much energy that her posture was really affecting her to that degree. She said that how she's walking more upright, she's feeling energized. Because when you feel good, you know, everything in life starts to align. You know, literally.
That affects performance. That affects performance, and and like and just to kind of touch on it as well, because you know we're all entrepreneurs here, so we all have that like-mindedness when it comes to like going and getting it. You know what I mean? Like we're very passionate about achieving our goals, achieving our dreams, making things happen, impacting the community, helping other people. With that, a lot of times, a lot of our work is outwardly. You know, we're helping other people. We're adjusting our patients. We're, you know what I mean, helping other businesses, doing all of these things, doing everything for everybody else. I feel like one of the main things as entrepreneurs is taking that time to take a break and, you know, whether it's get adjusted or going for a walk or, you know, like how you said, you know.
Self-care is the best thing. I practice that heavily. I definitely believe in self-care. One of the things is I practice what I preach. You know, I make sure that I'm getting adjusted as well, because I cannot tell you that it's necessary for you to get adjusted if it's not something that I'm practicing. So I get adjusted regularly. I get massages regularly. I go to the spa. I relax. I find things to unwind. I read a good book. I make me time. And I think that what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs is that sometimes you get so caught up in pursuing your dreams that sometimes you don't even take a break. And it's important. We need to just take a moment to be like, I need to step back. I need to relax. I need to, you know, make sure that I'm good so then I can be better for everyone else. So,
that's major. And even like, cause you know, I've worked with you for a while. I'm like, okay, y'all take lunch breaks for real. Y'all like the first facility. I'm like, okay, y'all actually take lunch breaks like a legit. I don't know if it's an hour or so, but
it's an hour and a half. I mean, the reason being too is that I also have like business meetings throughout lunch. So, and with how chiropractic works, usually people are not coming during lunchtime. So that's kind of why we have such a long lunch break. But I do think it's advantageous for the employees because they come back. You know, our office is typically open from 10 to 7 p.m. So it's long hours. So if they have like a nice hour and a half, you can go home, take a nice little nap, do what you need to do. And come back refreshed for the afternoon patients. So that's what usually I try to do is if I'm not having a business meeting, I literally go home and I take a little cat nap or do something to just kind of unwind for a little bit, so that I'm giving my patients in the morning the same energy that I'm giving the patients in the afternoon. So, yeah.
I think that's strategic, because that's what I do too. I take like an hour and a half right in the middle of the day. It helps with us as a team. When me and Raul, we might go for a walk, go somewhere, have a little break. We do that all the time. Yeah. And just by having those conversations, we build up the idea. Oh, let's start a podcast. You know what I mean? Whether it's me and Gary or me and Raul starting up Limitless Creator, the workshops. You feel what I'm saying? Whether we're starting Choose to Create, those type of things happen. Like how you was talking about self-care, but taking those breaks on a regularly and making it like normalizing it, that hey, we're taking an hour and a half lunch break. Don't be pulling up to the office, but come through at these times, because we're gonna be making sure that we're giving you all of that energy, making sure that you guys are getting the full all of us.
I want to give all of me. And then I also, the other thing that I do is I'll work out. So I will take Pilates, or I'll take a spin class. Like this morning, I did a morning walk, because I think it's important for me to feel energized. The endorphins kick in, and you just feel better when you work out. So I recommend that to my patients too. I'll tell them to take yoga to just also help with their mind, and also just for flexibility and stretching too. So when you're exercising, your body's in motion. Like if you're not really moving, that's when your muscles and your joints become stiff. So I always recommend exercise to all of my patients. So, yeah.
That's out here practicing what you preach. That's major. That's major. That's one thing. What it is when it comes to being authentic and picking a career that's close to who you are. Like even with, let's say, for instance, for me as a video producer, production has like, I'm doing something that's close to me, what I'm saying? I'm doing something that I'll be doing every single day, regardless of the fact, you know what I mean? Because it's just important, whether it's, documentation, whether it's SOPs, whether it's like building something so that way, whether you're there or not, the business is still running, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that as well? I know we've been talking about, those hour breaks. That's why people want to come through and work for Island Breeze, because they know they're going to get a good hour lunch to be able to take a cat nap. Who else encourages that? You know what I mean? But can you kind of talk to us, like, as far as like other things that when you have a new employee, like some of the perks,
the thing is, I love to have group activities. Like I think that I don't even call them employees. I call them the team, so that they're understanding that we're together, we're working together. What I try to do monthly is I try to do different sorts of events. Like we did painting with a twist as a group, so we could kind of let loose, have a little wine, paint, relax, kind of. So we do group activities. We've done bowling before. I'll take them out to eat together as a group. Usually I buy them lunch at least once a month. I'll probably buy them, some sort of like coffee beverage or drinks or smoothies. I encourage them actually, because they always want coffee, but I tell them, let's try and do like a nice little healthy smoothie. So I'll buy them green smoothies, because they want to put all the sugar and all this stuff in there. But I'm like, no, let's try and get that celery, cucumber juice and everything. But I try to, have goals. Like we talk about, what we're going to do. I offer them bonuses and incentives for certain things in the office. So I think that those are important to do. And it's important to reiterate and talk about often with your team so that they understand. And we talk about the purpose, like, why are we here? If there's ever an issue with the patient, why did that patient feel that way? What happened? The other day I talked to the girls and my question to them is, okay, this patient felt this way about such and such. Now tell me, what do you think would be your solution? Before I even give them what I know is my solution, I like to hear, because I think it's important that you can learn from them too, what they think I could be doing better, or what we as a group can be doing better. So
that's major. Yeah. That's major. That's great team building. Take great teamwork. I feel like that. What do they say called company culture, right? Like the energy, and because you said you're big on making sure everybody have that same energy, that personality like you, but you have to ensure that you give them an environment to thrive, like doing those activities outside of work.
Yeah.
That's why when you come to Island Breeze, they're so happy. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's why they hit you with all them good vibes.
Right. And I'll, one thing, even with being an entrepreneur, that I kind of just want to touch on is that sometimes we have bad days. Sometimes you are not in the mood. You feel a certain way. You may be going through some personal stuff, but you leave all that stuff at home. When I walk in that door, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking about myself at that moment. I'm thinking about providing the best care for my patients. I'm thinking about being the best for my staff, for my team, giving them that energy, and even with me, with talking to my team, if I see that one of them is down or they're in a certain mood, I will pull them aside, ask them what's going on, remind them of, I know that this is going on, and I'll try to help you as best as we possibly can. But right now, we have to give the patients our energy. We have to give them that positive energy.
Yeah.
So
that light switch, like you know how to turn it on from just being LaToya to Dr. LaToya.
Yeah. The second I walk in the door, it's it's a whole different person.
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe from being Gary to 2 R's.
Yeah.
Good.
You know what I mean?
When that tie gets up here, when it's down here, I'm good. When it gets up here,
it's a whole different thing.
They know me as Renier, but boy, when I step in that building, it's RJD.
That's something I do appreciate. So like when I do meet new clients, I always tend to try to meet them where their business is, right? Because I see them in action. I've seen RJ in action so many times. He is quarterback over there. Check this, what's going on here, like doing the whole thing, and then seeing you in action as well. It's always interesting. Turn that, like you said, that light switch on and off.
You have to, and honestly, we wear different masks for different people. And, when you're in that environment, you have to carry yourself a certain way. And even outside of the office, I carry myself a certain way. But, like if I'm at Beyonce, I'm going to be acting up and having a good time. But, in the office, I'm Dr. Evans. Yeah. So,
I think that's why people will connect with you more, seeing you in the Beyonce concert, being yourself, being a human. I'm a doctor. I'm a, what I mean? A lawyer, but I'm a human. I like to have fun. I feel like people connect with you. Your clients connect with you more. More people will actually come to you more because you have that balance. You know what I mean?
That's key. I love vacationing, so travel is important to me. And I definitely post my pictures of where I travel, and I talk about it and everything. So I think that's everything. Yeah. 100%.
Because you got to be able to take it down sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Take it down.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't just be serious walking around. No. I like to have fun. And even with my girls at the office, like my team, I joke around with them. Like we laugh and we smile, and I think that's important for them to see that side of me too. Not only like this is what you need to do. I'm not going to talk down to them. I always talk to them. Talk with them.
I think that's huge too, as far as seeing some good bosses, some bad bosses, or people who are employers. Right. But like you create an environment where everybody's a contributing member.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you're taking in their ideas, so they feel like they have some skin in the game too.
Exactly. Yeah, because it is important. And like I said, you have to understand that you learn from everyone, and you can learn at any time. Anyone can teach me something. So, and I truly believe that. If you're not believing that, then you're never going to level up. You're never going to grow if you just are limited by your only thoughts and beliefs. Exactly.
So, 100%. Let's touch a little bit on these, because I'll be listening to you. You're talking about all these networks and these people that you're building with. When it comes to relationship and networking, what is your approach and strategy behind, like, I'll tell you a little bit about me, right? When it comes to networking, right? When it comes to networking, I believe in this one theory. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but everybody got their own thing, right? It's bringing your network to you, right? Bringing your network to me, right? Let's say, for instance, this podcast.
Right.
I got LaToya on my podcast right now with my dog Gary. You feel me? Raul right here. I already done brought my network to me. So a group of like-minded people that's passionate about entrepreneurship, that's passionate about growing. And then that in turns, that our network and then grown into our network is going to want to follow LaToya.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
and so forth and so on. So this is just one form of like networking for me is podcasting, right?
Yeah.
For you, I want you to kind of like talk about like what's some of the things that you do as far as like networking.
Yeah.
Who will be actually even better than that? What you do for networking, and who will be an actual good referral or a good person to network with you?
Okay. So for me, so the way that I network in so many different ways. One thing is I network through connecting with the community. So I'm involved in the Chamber of Commerce, the North Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. So I attend those meetings with them, and I meet a lot of different entrepreneurs through that. So I have lunches with them, and so that's why I have that long 1.5-hour lunch so that I can go and have one-on-one. So for me, I'm personally a one-on-one type of girl. I guess that's the way that I connect even with my patients, because it's more an individual type of person. I also like to connect in the community. So I like to go to the local churches, and, when they have like health fairs, and I will be there. Our office is going to be there representing and talking about what we do and how we can help them. And also just even going to like the career days and talking to kids and letting them know about what I do as a chiropractor. And then in the evenings, I go to a lot of different networking events. So I definitely specialize in personal injury. So I connect with a lot of personal injury attorneys. So I definitely do events with them, and even other doctors, because sometimes I will meet another doctor in another area and they may have a referral for me. So there's so many ways to really connect with people. I like to form a personal relationship too, because if I have a personal relationship with you, I'm going to tend to want to work with you more, and vice versa. Yeah. So I think that that's kind of how I handle things with networking. So yeah.
Okay. Have golf at all been helping you with networking? It been in any golf tournaments?
Not yet. I'm still trying to get there. So I recently started golfing, which I love. I love the cute little outfits, but I love actually being out there and learning how to do it, and it's fun. It's definitely a challenge. So I will continue to just get better, and soon you'll see me at a tournament.
Oh, okay. Big time.
Yes. So.
Yeah. And then you also mentioned that you go to BA with the kids and stuff like that. Oh, well, not BA, but you go to schools. BA was one of the schools.
Yeah.
Go Cobras. All right, it's football season. Y'all get right or get left. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Yeah, no, I think it's so important to connect within the community and just kind of let them know that you're there and you're here for them. So
I mean, you don't get anything from that because these are kids that's in high school.
No, but I may inspire someone. And to me, that's everything. I may change, just like that chiropractor that came in while I was at UF. Mm-hmm. I may inspire someone the same way, and that's for me amazing. So
yeah, cool.
I will say that is it's beautiful, because you were saying that chiropractor came and spoke to at UF. You took a step further. Now you're speaking to children in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just getting them earlier, and that's really the a critical time in their lives as well. So I'm happy that you're doing that. You're paying it forward.
And they may not even know about chiropractors or really what they do. They may even also think that chiropractors only help people who are in car accidents. They may not even know that how a chiropractor can help a pregnant woman, or a chiropractor can help a young child that's very colicky, a baby, or a little girl that's constipated, or a woman who, is going through terrible menstrual cramps. There's so many things that I can help with. So I love going into the community and just really educating people about this, because we're so quick to go take a pill and cover up what the symptoms are and never really get to the origin of the problem. Someone who has high blood pressure pills, they've been taking it their whole life. But really knowing that when I'm getting adjusted, now my nervous system is calming down. Now everything is going to flow properly. So I think I really want to educate people more and more and just get it out there. So.
And with that education, where can people reach you at?
So my office. So I am on McNabb and University. So my office is in Tamarack. You guys can also follow Island Breeze Chiropractic online. You can follow us on TikTok. You can go to our website. So there's so many different ways that you can reach out. Our office number is 954-720-3002. You can call and speak with one of the girls and schedule an appointment. So yeah.
Island Breeze Chiropractic on Instagram and all that. And I feel like even what you was talking about with the kids and going to school, and I know Gary and me were both like-minded in that same sense of like, sometimes they don't even know what a chiropractor look like.
Don't.
They don't understand that you could be glamorous. You know what I mean? You could come through swagged out, glamorous and things like that. So that's why when I even told my fiance to come out, I like y'all gonna connect.
Yes, Kyla's beautiful. So
y'all both have that same glamorous and just enjoying life. Great vibe. And sometimes just seeing that, or seeing a lawyer. What does a lawyer look like? You know what I mean? They didn't know your lawyer's gonna come in with Jordans and a hoodie on and got more swag than them.
No, it's so important for us to be showing up in the community because they may not, and that's what the little kids sometimes still say to me. They're like, "You're a chiropractor? What?" Like just shocked that I'm the chiropractor. I'm like, yeah, I am. It doesn't have to look a certain way or what you think it should look like, So that's kind of how I've made my way. So break the mold. Yes, exactly.
That's big. So, the Formula Podcast.
That's it. Thank you for being our guest on our podcast. Of
course, anytime.
Definitely appreciate you. So we wrapping it up. And remember, the Formula Podcast, the constant
is you. Let's go.
Yes, I love this.
I appreciate you.